Hi guys, thanks for watching my video. This is something I've been pondering in regards to the law versus grace. This is in response to that Facebook post, and here is my take on it. It has been revealed to me that the gospel is has a cascading effect. There are multiple layers of truth. I had a born again experience in '96, so about 25 years ago, and where Jesus was like talking to, I believe Jesus was talking to me, and I had a very had a baptism of fire, very special sacred experience. And I'm a sinner by all stretch of the word. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I'm close to God, sometimes I'm far away. And I struggle with, sometimes I need to follow the law, that voice, oh, you're sinning, you're not following the law, how dare you. Sometimes the voice is like, oh, well, I'm following the law, but I'm still feeling dead inside because I'm not letting Christ guide me through it. I'm trying to like use my works, and that's the whole classic grace versus works thing. And so as I have been building my relationship with Christ, I'm under the opinion that there's different levels of the law. There is the law of Moses, which the Bible teaches us, the Old Testament teaches us. And generically we can say the Ten Commandments. And then, of course, Christ brought the higher law with the Sermon on the Mount. And then he said the two greatest commandments are, to love God, and then to love your neighbor. Love God with everything you got and love your neighbor. Those are the two simple things to focus on, right? The greatest commandments. On that hangs all the other laws. So if you can't do anything, just do those ones. And I think that's been very powerful for me. But so anyways, I'm saying, so we have like there's circles of laws. Okay, so for me personally, the law now is seek revelation, get to him, pray, seek him, hear his voice, discern it, and do what he tells me to do. That's my law. My law for the day is this. My law for the week is this. And I'm a sinner. I fail. I don't listen sometimes. I go off or I don't understand correctly, or I make a mistake. I think this is the law, but it's really not. This was something else. And I think that's kind of where like the deceiving spirits comes in, and learning how to discern comes in. And this is why it's so important to have these these bubbles, if you will, of other laws. Because it's easy for, I'm sitting here giving my heart out to God, saying, God, I'll give you everything I got. just want to know you better. I'm seeking your face, or seeking your will, seeking your presence. Let your spirit be with me. Let me understand. And little deceiving spirit can come in there and be like, hey, why don't you do this? Or, it could be that, or however you interpret that, or you think it's you like you want to buy a car really bad. Well, I think Jesus told me to buy a car. Maybe not. Maybe that's just my own personal desires. Well, that's why we need to check those things against the other laws. Maybe you're mad at someone, and you're like, oh, I need to yell at that person. Jesus is telling me to yell at that person. Well, is he really? Let's look at the other laws, and let's discern and humble ourselves to see. And that's why humility is very meekness and humility. The Beatitudes are very important character traits to have. So, anyways, that's kind of my thoughts on it. Main thing being the cascading. We have the law of Moses, which wraps around us. Then we have Jesus's law, the New Testament law, the higher law, which kind of is a cocoon in that. But all these things are designed to point us to Christ, right? The lower law is to point towards the Messiah. He comes, gives us another law. That law is to point us towards Christ, towards the personal relationship, having that one-on-one walk. And then we have that opportunity where he can abide in us. The Holy Spirit comes to us, and him and the Father will abide in us. I believe is how the verse says. I'm not the best scriptorian, but that's been like kind of the principles I've seen it. And what are your guys' thoughts on that? Thanks so much for watching, or listening, and watching.